Jeff, Zach, thanks for joining me.
Hey,
Hold on,
Steve.
Steve.
Hey, good to have you guys. We are talking about Midwest apartments and the opportunities there we're seeing in the space. Uh, Want to remind everybody, if you haven't, get on our website, selectfincap.com, register for the free newsletter with lots of real estate news like this and an opportunity to invest and learn about exclusive commercial real estate investment opportunities. But moving back to the Midwest, Morgan Properties, that's the country's largest privately held apartment landlord. They've agreed to pay about $500 million for 11 multifamily properties across the Midwest. That's just the latest sign of interest in that region. The Sun Belt was hot. In some areas of the Sun Belt, maybe a little too hot with some overbuilding or whatnot, but the Midwest has seen undersupply, and people are starting to take notice of that undersupply and the potential for rising rents and the potential to take advantage of multifamily. What do you guys think about multifamily in the Midwest right now with how things are looking?
Well, I would say make sure it's not a mirage. We've looked at the Midwest for a while, and there are some areas that have great opportunities, specifically in Iowa and some of the Rust Belt has been growing more than people realize, and some of the other areas that people think are good are actually contracting a little bit. So my guess is it's a little bit of a like a good price meets strong market that they were able to seize or capitalize on an opportunity. 11 properties makes it sound like a portfolio, which means you probably have um, a bunch of good ones mixed in with a few bad ones. So your average price gets lower and you kind of eat the bad ones. But I still think that the Southeast, the Sun Belt, the Southwest, those are going to be the areas that have the hottest growth. And I'm not sure if it's overbuilt, but you still see the biggest migrations moving that way. So I haven't shifted my focus yet, but we definitely keep an eye on the Midwest.
Yeah, I mean, I'd probably say something similar, but I'd be curious to understand the background to the acquisition. If it was a portfolio, it sounds like it was, 11 properties, probably a bulk wholesale price that they got them for. Could have been something where they actually bought properties from a number of different people, considering they're one of the largest privately held. But they bought a number of them that could have been in a position where they had debt that needed to be refinanced and couldn't get it refinanced, and so they're buying these. So I'd be curious to understand a little bit more, but I'm not too different from Zach. It's not that I don't like the Midwest. I just don't know the market well enough. But recognize also that there's a lot of people who move out of the Midwest to the South.
Yeah, and I would just say like Midwest is just such a broad term. It's like the Sun Belt
Yeah,
as a term. It's like, well, my God, there's so many metros and different areas in there, and I think that's really the key. I mean, some people are pointing to like St. Louis and Indianapolis for potential growth in manufacturing and logistics and education, and I do think you're going to get some individual metros. Especially as we hear all this talk about reshoring manufacturing and building out more manufacturing in the US. I do think there's going to be some areas that stand to benefit in the Midwest, but hell, just like a little line on the map, and on one side you're in Illinois, on the other side you're in Indiana. Well, those are two very different jurisdictions in terms of policies and whatnot. So I think, Midwest is an
right.
easy term to throw around, but individual metros, individual opportunities, and what you guys are pointing out in terms of this $500 million deal, well, that may be getting terms that not everybody's going to get on an individual multifamily apartment. So the deals you can get, they matter too.
Right.
For sure.
Okay, hey, but we do see opportunities all over, including the Sun Belt, and we do think there's going to be some opportunities in the Midwest, and we continue to like multifamily. If you guys enjoyed this video, give us a thumbs up, click subscribe if you haven't, and again, visit the website selectfincap.com and get on our free newsletter. Thanks a lot, guys.
Thanks,
Thanks,
Steve.
Steve.